All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're diving deep into web application security. We're talking about that invisible battle that's being fought, right behind the screen of every single app you use.
Yeah, that quote really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Our digital world is it's evolving at this incredible speed. And the thing is, the threats, they're getting smarter and way more complex right along with it. This isn't some far-off problem. It literally affects every single one of us.
I mean, just think about it for a second. The apps you use every day for your banking, for shopping, even just for chatting with friends, they're all out there on the public internet, which means they are constant targets. There are always people, malicious actors, looking for any little opening to get at private data. And the companies behind these apps, they're in this constant race to stay one step ahead.
So that's the big question, right? How do you possibly defend against a super sophisticated hacker? Well, the answer's kinda cool. You hire a hacker yourself. An ethical one, of course. Think of it this way. It's like hiring a security pro to come check all the locks and windows on your house, to find all the weak spots before a real burglar ever gets the chance. It's all about being proactive. And that whole process, it's called penetration testing.
And that word proactive is absolutely key here. Pen testing isn't about, damage control after a data breach has already happened. No, it's about getting inside the mind of an attacker to find and fix those security holes before they can ever be exploited.
Now, this is a really important point. You might think, can a computer just scan for problems? Well, yeah, automated scans can find some of the obvious surface-level stuff, but they almost always miss the creative, multi-step attacks that a real human hacker would use. That's where a human-led pen test comes in. It simulates those real-world tactics, and that gives you a much, much more accurate picture of how secure an app truly is.
Okay, so this kind of gets to the heart of it all. When we throw around this word security, what are we actually talking about protecting? Like, what are the core goals? What is it that pen testers are trying to safeguard? And the answer is right here. This is the core mission. Every single security professional is guided by this one fundamental principle, the CIA triad. And no, not that CIA. In this world, CIA stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These three pillars, they are the absolute bedrock of all information security. So let's break that down. First up, confidentiality. This is all about privacy and secrecy. It's the simple promise that your personal info, your private messages, your bank details can only be seen by the people who are supposed to see it. Basically, it's what stops your data from getting stolen. Next, we've got integrity. And integrity is all about one thing, trust. It's making sure that data is accurate and hasn't been messed with or secretly changed. When you transfer money from your bank account, you have to trust that the amount you send is the exact same amount that shows up on the other end. That's data integrity in action. And the final pillar, availability, is maybe the simplest one to grasp. The app just has to work when you need it to work. A huge part of security is actually protecting against attacks that are designed to take a service offline. Because, let's face it, if you can't even get to your data, that's a massive security failure right there. Okay, so we've got the mission: confidentiality, integrity, availability. With that in mind, what are these pen testers actually looking for? Well, it turns out they have a kind of most wanted list, a list of common weaknesses that just pop up over and over again in web apps. And this list is put together by a really well-known nonprofit called OWASP. And here it is, the OWASP Top 10. You can think of this as the hacker's official checklist of the most dangerous, most critical risks out there. Pen testers use this as their guide to hunt for things like broken access control or injection vulnerabilities. These are the vulnerabilities that consistently pose the biggest threats to you and your data. Now, a good pen test isn't just random hacking. It's not chaotic at all. It's a very methodical investigation. These ethical hackers follow a really structured process, like a playbook, to make sure that their assessment is thorough, consistent, and most importantly, effective. And that process basically unfolds in 4 key stages. First, they start with reconnaissance. This is like a detective gathering all the intel they can on a target. Then comes scanning,
where they start actively probing the app, looking for those weak spots. After that, they move into the analysis phase. This is where they take everything they found and figure out what the real risk is. And finally, and this is so important, it all wraps up with reporting, a super detailed breakdown of every vulnerability they found, and crucially, a clear roadmap on exactly how to fix that.
So let's just wrap this all up. What have we learned? Pen testing isn't about reacting to a crisis. It's about getting ahead of it. It's a proactive defense. It's this methodical, human-led investigation where ethical hackers hunt for those critical flaws from the OWASP list. And they do it all with that one core mission we talked about, protecting the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of our data, the CIA triad.
So next time you go to log into your email or buy something online, maybe you'll think a little differently about it. Think about all that invisible security work that's happening just behind the curtain. It's a really fascinating and absolutely vital part of our digital world. And it's a powerful reminder that keeping our data safe is a constant, ongoing effort. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.